What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing well today. I'm trying something new right now, so you're gonna have to tell me how I sound. Let me know if I sound weird, better, worse than usual, background noise, feedback. Let me know. Just let me know. Or if you can hear me at all. Mr. Matt Gooch, I hope you're doing well. Muffled compared to normal. I don't like muffled. I'm just trying something new. Here, let me see if I can do this real quick. Just give me 1 second, y'all. 1 second. All right. How about that? Is that a little bit better? Just let me know. Yeah. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. I realized that my mother have gifted me these little portable microphones way back in the day, and as I was watching my reading stream, I was like, I would really like my voice to come through a little bit better. So I was trying something new, and I figured I would try this out tonight and see how it works, and see if it's a little bit better. I guess the only other thing that I would like to know is, can you hear the music still? Because I might have to turn that up now. But aside that, how is everybody doing? Oh, Alice, I'm sorry you're not feeling well. Don't hear music. Alright. Just try and turn it up and see if that helps. Yep, I figured, because typically it's just the natural mic on the phone that picks up the music from my phone. So that's going to be real boring, and I might have to get rid of it. But let me try and turn the music up a little and see if that helps. Just tell me if it starts coming through at all. I'm sorry you're not feeling well, Alice. It's playing now. Alright, too loud or just right? No worries at all, Alien. I'll be here. And thank you for sending me what you did. I'm going to listen to it later. It came to me like 5 minutes before I came on. But yeah, I'll definitely listen to it, and I'm really looking forward to it. Alright. Let's rock. Let's find order and talk about what we're going to do tonight. I frankly don't know. I don't know what we're going to get into tonight, but I have a feeling it's going to have a lot to do with art. stories, poetry, and hanging out with some of the best people that I know. And I missed all of you. All right, cool. Appreciate that intel, Jake. Trying a bunch of new stuff, so. Plus, that's kind of nice because now I can kind of hear my music better, and that's something I was never able to do before. So, oh, I was wrong. Better. Oh, man, got that one too. I will take it. Across. All right, let's find our little pieces. The thing with it all being the same color. There we go. That's what I needed. And while I'm here, we'll just go ahead and pop this puppy right there. Man, I think I need to tighten this cube up. That's what I think. This thing's real loose. Alright. But yeah, aside from that, how was everybody's day? What did you get into today? Please share with me how your day went. I'll share with you a little bit about what I've been up to. Nothing too exciting, though I've been putting out shorts like crazy. Alright, getting back to it, and that's one activity that we will have tonight, is we're going to hunt and find our next artist for artist appreciation, just like we did last time. You know, as much as I want to believe this goes here, I don't think that goes there. I think that goes there. Yeah, that means this one goes over here. Come on. Thank you. There's it for me. Waiting on end of shift tomorrow. Yep. It's funny because this is one week I'm actually not looking forward to Friday because I've kind of been off all week. It's kind of nice. I've been just spending a lot of time with myself and my dad. We've been watching some TV and been working a lot on editing, whether it be artist appreciation or, nope, that's not right, or the Pocket. I just put out the Triumphant Light Pocket short. Let's see, over here. Let's try this one. Perfect. Bring him back. Bring him down. Thank you. One thug stack, and I hope you're doing well, brother. How was your Thursday? Did you get everything that you set out to get? I think we got some pieces in the wrong spots. That's what I think. Ooh. This way. Yeah. Alright. Well, let me know at any time, y'all, as songs siphon through or as the stream goes, if my audio or if you're not hearing me too well, just let me know. I'm trying something new out. That's not right. This one. That's right. This one. Here. No. That looks way too big to go there. So where is the sun? Oh, that probably is the corner in there, huh? And I'm just being a Goomba. Everything is going well, man. Everything is going well. Enjoying this week. Some time off, though. I have been taking a little time away from streams and YouTube and whatnot. And that's just for my mental health. Taking care of some stuff, though I did want to focus on the channel, so I have been. But in all definitions of the word well, I am doing it. And I appreciate you, fam, and I hope the same for you. There we go. Alright. You do over there. Too. Not shattering any records today. Not with the mirror cube, anyway. Okay. I think that's right. Let's find out the hard way. Mm-hmm. Actually, Kev, for these high-pitched songs, it does need to go a notch or two down. Good to know. I'll just drop it one and we'll go from there. Appreciate you being my sounding board, Aunt. How is this way? How is this way? Mm-mm. No worries at all. How you doing, one thug? You said doing good. That's good. What are you getting into tonight? Kitty-O game. We love you right back, Kitty-O game. Super appreciate you. W stream yesterday as well. Had a lot of fun in there. One more dino. There we go. How are you doing tonight, Kitty-O? I'm trying out a new mic and trying to get the sound and my voice just right. So, but we're gonna solve this right quick, and then we're gonna get into some artwork. So, is Kitty-O with you? I hope so. Kitty-O giving it to those Pokemon yesterday, man, crushing it. Yeah, of course, and thank you. It's just a little teeny. Well, back up one notch. The mids are a little low. The mids are a little low. Yeah, I might pull it, just so we can run the stream. But it would be nice if I could find a good balance here. But primarily, these will be more used for Monday. Test. It might be my little whistle when I say my S's. Sometimes I say a little bit of whistle. Testity test. Yeah, a little long on the S. All right. That is good to know. All right, there we go. Cube Mania. What is everybody drinking tonight? I am drinking coffee. And this will be also good for me to test and watch back too. So, in fact, just give me 1 second. I'm going to switch everything back so that I don't have to worry about it. Plus, I'm inevitably going to start projecting my voice a lot, and it's going to be a lot louder. But one day, with time, patience, I will be able to get a actual computer that I can hook everything up into. So yeah, just give me 1 second. Alright, y'all, can you hear me? Hear me okay? Sound better back to myself? Now the music's probably super loud, huh? I didn't think about that. There we go. Alright, now test, test, test. If you're still there, Matt. And Ant. And Kitty. Unless my stuff's frozen. Hope it didn't stop then. Nah, it didn't stop then. Alright. Still here. Excellent. Alright, we're back to just our normal setup. Just for now. Plus, I didn't realize how fast it also, as much as it is charging, my phone battery is still dying, so might not be healthy for it. Excellent. Alright, that. Alright. Sorry, y'all, I don't know why I did it again. Oh. Oops. Oh, that was a mistake. Alright. Well, that didn't mess up anything. It should, huh? Alright. Meeks to Sneaks. How are you doing, fam? It's good to see you as always. You know, there is something that I did want to open. You know, and I really tried because I acquired these and I thought this was like one of the coolest things ever, but then I also realized that there's an exclusive promo in here, and I don't know if anybody's ever picked up these EX battle decks, but I did pick up a couple and realized that there's a promo in there for Houndoom. What's up, Clayton? Picking up Din, peeking in for a bit. Excellent. Appreciate you being here, fam. What's for dinner? That's something I should probably think about, huh? Now, I know that it is still sealed, and me, I'm not really a sealed person. However, with the battle decks, it does kind of let you know exactly what is here on the side. But I figured we can go ahead and take a look. We can see exactly what cards they are, what sets they came from. Plus, I also have the Melmetal battle deck, and I figured it would be fun for Nate and I to battle each other when he comes over next. So I have 2 decks to battle with. Panda Express, sugar chicken it is. You know, it's so funny. As soon as you said Din, I was like, Panda sounds good. So let's take a look and let's see if we can call out some. And I'm not sure. Pretty sure they could be from any set up until this cool flare and photo. Those color combinations. The Pichu from Mutants does have that too. There are more cards with a color combo hollow like that. Flareon promo. Oh, alright. I see you, Clayton. First and foremost, I did want to say welcome, Clayton. I know that you've probably been in here before, but I often see you around, and I can't recall you ever popping in, so it's really good to have you here. Let me tell you a story. Let's get into story time here, because you said Flareon promo. This is an Eevee promo. And I don't know if you've heard my theory about this card, but way back in the day, as you can remember, there were only those 3 options that he could evolve into, or they could evolve into. Vaporeon, Jolteon, or Flareon. And you needed stones to do that. Now, the Hollow, which to answer your first question, or your second question, Clayton, I do believe there are other promo cards with the color combo Hollow like this. But I don't know about the background color. Like, if it's put in this same design. I would love to see another one that is pointing towards the blue and the yellow, 2 other cards. Because my theory is this, that Eevee has chosen to become a Vaporeon. He is stepping towards the red, and he is mid-mutation. Okay? Mutation. You saw that, Ant? See that little swirly on his ear? Now, I say mutation because Eevee, up until recently, his cards have always depicted its genetic code is irregular. It may mutate if it is exposed to radiation from elemental stones. So, in short, they're not evolving, they're mutating. So, Eevee is the mutant. Confirmed. Now, as we know, there are ways to evolve that don't require elemental stones. Are the Jam? Indeed, I am a big Black Star promo lover. This is card number 11. That's what we do here, Meeks. We come up with the craziest theories here in PokéGhost Town. We'll give you those thoughts, man. We will. And you can check other cards too, of course, as we run across them. I'll shout them out too. But I'll say that I've never noticed it either, and somebody blew my mind just like that. So Now, I will say, in regards to this card here, I have seen this promo many, many, many times. I have never seen another holo of this promo. And that's just me. So let me know if you've seen it. And if so, where. But it's one of my favorite keepsakes, I'll say. Same pattern. But I have also 3 colors on the card. Red, at least, on the card. Yes, I do remember that. What's up, Johnny Knight? Well, that's why I like your shorts, too. Giving a lot of information, history about the Pokemon. I love learning, and I love that, Meeks. And thank you for saying that, too. I've been working real hard on the next episode in that series. And we're going to learn a little bit about Dragonite. Which, as Halian is very quick to remind, I kind of made the comment like, wow, learning about this Pokemon, there's so much like history and lore, and it goes on and on. And I was like, maybe a pseudo legendary so soon in the series wasn't the brightest, but I'm really excited to do it. And now I've got everything that I need to finish the script, write it out, record it, and put it out. Ken Sugimori, I believe. No, this is Kogamaru Amino, I believe. Yeah, Kogamaru Amino. Which is kind of odd, and at the same time, I think I would have liked to see an actual background on the card, but with that background, I wouldn't be able to have the theory that I did. But their backgrounds are just so whimsical and painterly. Alright. Let's see this. So if you've never opened an EX Battle deck, pretty much comes with everything you need, and we're going to go old school here. Because back in my day, we didn't have dice to keep damage counting. We had little cardboard discs with numbers printed on them, so I thought that was a pretty big throwback for me, at least. They do have a giant EX coin. I thought that's pretty cool. You're supposed to turn the EX over when you evolve it into an EX card. Love Battle Day. I do too, and I try not to separate them. I kind of like keeping them in their original state. Though I do know the concept of, amping up your deck, but if I'm going to amp up a deck, I'm going to start from scratch and just build it. So there's our EX coin. It's kind of nice. Ooh. Just like that. In case anybody is curious and never knew how to play the game, quick start rules. This will literally give you a crash course on how you play the game. And you will quickly realize why Pokemon Pocket took a lot of the challenge out of it, but at the same time made the game quicker because of it. And so that's the point of the Pocket, so that you can do real quick games, real quick battles, because even I had that complaint that we are taking too long to get through one game, and I just didn't have the time to do it anymore. I really didn't. Crash course needed, kids are begging me. Okay. Alright, I got you. In fact, I'll give everybody a crash course right now if you'd like. Although I will say the rules are very, very similar in Pocket. So if you've battled in Pocket, then you'll pretty much understand the concept of the main battling. But in original Pokemon, TCG, your decks are 60 cards. Not 30 like they are in Pocket. Or is it 40? I think it's 30. And they comprised of energy cards, trainer cards, and Pokemon. Now, of course, if you're going to have a Charizard in your deck, you do need your Charmeleon and your Charmander to get it there. Can't just amp up your deck. Of course, that's what a lot of the like VMAX and V's took away. And what were they called? Gigantamax? No, it was something. Hang on. I think it was EXs. There was a string of, we'll look for some later, but there was a string of EXs that came out, and they were basic Pokemon. So you could very well throw out a fully evolved Pokemon, but that's not the point. You have to start with a basic Pokemon. You can tell it's a basic Pokemon because it'll say basic. But you each draw 7 cards after you flip a coin, and the winner of the coin toss gets to choose who goes first. Me personally, I always enjoy going second because you're not allowed to attack on your first move. But you draw 7 cards. If you have no basic Pokemon, then you have to shuffle your hand and redraw, giving your opponent 1 extra card they get to draw from their deck, because you got to do that. If I do have any Codys in here, there you go. Whole battle deck. Go nuts. Now, if you do have Pokemon, you do have to select at least 1 basic Pokemon to throw into play. And there it is. Planeta 2C. Tashano Aoki, Fan Club, Printilius. I know that name. Japanese Eevee with the same color style. Excellent. Pokemon Card Fan Club, Printilius. I love that. And Tashano Aoki is a very familiar name to me. I know that I've seen it quite a bit. So, if you have multiple basic Pokemon in your hand, that's where your bench comes into play. So you can select those basic Pokemon and you can choose to put them in your bench. You do not have to, in case you don't want to fill up your bench with a bunch of Bidoofs. Of course, any good battle deck is going to come with a random trainer in all these energies. Old school energies. Oh wow, they've already got it shuffled, like ready to play. That's funny. I like that. So we do have some beautiful artwork. Beautiful examples here. See how they say basic? So you put these out into play. I pulled a Nimble, my opponent pulled a Houndour, and then we each have 7 cards. Now whoever's turn it is to go first, you draw a card off your deck. Oop, I'm missing a step. Because after you shuffle, you need to take your first 6 cards and you need to put them in your prize pile. You can't use these cards until you pull them. You get prize cards by defeating your opponent's Pokemon. This adds an extra layer of complexity to the game because your ace might be locked up in your prize cards. This is why it takes so long sometimes for these games to play out, because some of the cards that you need, or maybe a bunch of energies, are in there and you have all the Pokemon you need. You just can't power any of their moves. So it is quite an additional complexity to the game. But you draw a card. Ooh, I got an energy. Now you need to attach the right energy to each move. You can only attach 1 energy to 1 Pokemon per move unless you have a trainer card, which allows you to attach other energies to your Pokemon in that same move. You can play those. I believe that you can play as many item cards as you want, but you can only play 1 supporter card per hand. But you could play a bunch of items, supporter. The only thing you can't do is attack, because if you do, your turn's over, and it goes to the next player. That's pretty much it. You keep count of your damage, and that goes back to my beautifully colored squares. Of course, they are on dice now, which makes it a lot more aesthetically pleasing. But oh no, you did 10 damage, then you put a 10 damage counter on here. Some of the ETB, okay, all of the ETBs come with poison and burn coins also. So those come in handy too. And then there's a bunch of rules for if you're confused and if you're not, you turn your cards different ways. But of course that's like the ultimate crash course, and it would be so much easier to just play a game and show y'all. But I'm sure that you all pretty much get that concept. If you played Pocket, it's the exact same thing, except there's no guaranteed energies per turn. You need to get 6 prize cards to win, not 3. And I believe the matches are timed too. That doesn't happen. Saw something pop up in my Discord. back and panda bag secured. Woo! Yee-yee. That's amazing. What did you get, Meek? She might influence my decision. Let's see, what was that? Pichu, I mean. Excellent. I'm getting the Discord pulled up right now, Clayton. And Lori! Was I just totally rude? I know I was giving you a crash course, but I don't think I said hello. Hello, Boo. I hope you're doing well. Oh, I'm gonna start shuffling these, which I suppose I could. Alright. Got the Houndoom. Gorgeous card. This is from Obsidian Flames by Haru Akasoka. Getting there, getting there. Gorgeous card. Whoa. Seviper by Masato Niso. This is from Paldea Evolved, which we're going to see a lot of cards from Paldea Evolved. Now that's gorgeous. Sharpens its sword-like tail on hard rocks. It hides in tall grass and strikes unwary prey with its venomous fangs. Thank you for saying venomous and not poisonous. Yo. I like that Eevee, Clayton. Like, that is a gorgeous Eevee. And that Pichu looks mad familiar. Like, mad familiar. I know I don't have it, but it looks so familiar to me. I'm basic, just got the original orange chicken, but second entree trying out the spicy orange chicken. It's super good, man, but I gotta forewarn you, there are these hard black peppers in there. Don't eat those. Pick them out as much as you can, okay? That's just my love for you, brother. My love for you. Pick them out. Because, oh my god. And I like spicy, and I'm saying, oh my god. Neo Genesis for me, Neo sets where sets. I agree 100%. Roger that. I might have just prevented something. I feel good. But now I'm thinking I need some of that spicy orange chicken myself. Alright, got some supporter cards, draw 3 cards. So I wouldn't be able to draw 3 cards, draw 3 cards, draw 3 cards. 1 supporter card per turn. Oh, says it right there, see? And that was Sanosuke Sukuma. Let's just separate these out now. And I can't wait for Nate to come in. You may play any number of item cards during your turn. See? Search your deck for a basic Pokemon, put it into your bench, then shuffle your deck. So you take that risk too. If your ace was right there on the top and now you gotta shuffle your deck, you'll never know. 4:30 a.m.? Oh man. I hope you have a good night, Clayton. I appreciate you popping in, if but for a second, and dropping some art as well, man. I hope you have a great night. I agree. The Neo sets were next level. I think even before that, and correct me if I could be wrong, but I feel like the original Team Rocket set had some of the best artwork for baby cards in a long time. And I say a long time because it was just like the set before. Alright, energy. Youngster. I don't know what that pose is. Yeah, I'm watching you. See you next time. Sounds good. We will try. I appreciate that, Clay. Don't forget to smash the like button, y'all. 14 likes already. What's up, Fluffermans? Hi, boys. I know, because you're just sitting there licking yourself, huh? You ate? You drink? I know you might have to go out, but it's far from ready. We'll go out in a sec, okay? We'll lay down. I promise you. They won't let me forget to take a break. No worries at all. No worries at all. You do you. You do you, boo. Appreciate you being here, as always, you know that. Responsibility and life comes first. Got the potion, which is one of the best potions I've ever seen. I'll say that. Sako Yoshida, Ayaka Yoshida. I got the low kicks, never my favorite Pokemon, but definitely the artwork grew on me a little bit. Shuichiro Gunjima. When it decides to fight all out, it stands on its previously folded legs to enter showdown mode. It neutralizes its enemies in short order. Short order. Rorik. Energy. At the Hound Hour. Cutie little pie. Scav. It is smart enough to hunt in packs. It uses a variety of cries for communication with others. Why do they have to be cries? I don't think they have to be cries. Got the Nimble, which is a good example of how Pokemon can change its typing just by evolving. Which is primarily the significance of having the colorless energy on the grass-type Pokemon. So you don't have to have one grass energy in your deck. This from Paradox Rift. Pani Kobayashi. Aww. It's Eevee. That's cute. That's really cute. Ryoma Iratsuka. Its ability to evolve into many forms allows it to adapt smoothly and perfectly to any environment. Now, as of Obsidian Flames, we get some evolve. I see you, Eevee. We're gonna find another one. Nimona. My Nimona. Great Ball. Energy. Why are these? Now, with decks, typically they're not going to have a bunch of different cards in them. They're going to start repeating themselves. Seems like this is a Seviper, Nimble, Houndour, Eevee deck. There's our Evolution. The Umbreon from Obsidian Flames. When exposed to the moon's aura, it rings on its body glow. The rings on its body glow faintly, and it gains a mysterious power. Interesting. Let me try something. There we go. That's a new one. Didn't know Morpeko was in here. Also Paradox Rift, Kona Nitanda. Hunger hormones affect its temperament. Anybody else? Until its hunger is appeased, it gets up to all manner of evil deeds. If this Pokemon has no energy attached, it has no retreat cost. Good little puppet. Morpeko! That is Morpeko. That is hangry Morpeko. Back to the Eevee. Energy stickers. That's from 151. Claire C. I hope you're doing well, Claire. Whoa, Cubone raid. What's up, Veggie Beast? Raid. What's going on, y'all? Cubone Raid, what's up, Dagger? I hope you're doing well, brother. Cubone the Rock. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well and feeling good. Hope everybody's getting everything they set out to get today. How is everybody doing today? We are just going through a pre-made battle deck right now. Just checking out some of the artwork here. I was given a rundown of how the actual game is played. But now we're just kind of looking through the art. And then we're probably going to find some specific artists that we can go through and start pulling out arts for artist appreciation for the short series. I wish I had things to open, but of course that's becoming harder and harder to do. Out of the rain now, having a mocha protein. Excellent. Glad you're out of the rain. Little Cubone Raid. What's up, newbie? JB. Hope you're doing well, brother. Oh, thanks again for the Greninja beautiful garb. Oh, absolutely, man. Thank you, and congratulations on the win. Congratulations on the win. How was the stream? I think I need to be more observant. Cubone Ray, what's up, Zach? How are you doing tonight? We're just going through a battle deck real quick, checking out some of the artworks here. And then we're going to see what else we can get into. Looking for some artists for artist appreciation. Zukun, what's going on? I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. Yeah, a lot of people showed up here. 16 people in here. Gave away a box of Korean Team Rocket. Let's go. Let's go. We opened a box of Korean Team Rocket. What was the best card that you pulled tonight? Or gave away, rather? I gave away a box. So did you give away the box to one person, or did you give away 30 pack? Or are there 30 packs in those? Yeah, I think there are. Sounds like a blast. Sorry I missed it. Don't forget to like. Appreciate you, Lori. Whoop. Aloha Hawaiian. Moltres SR was our big hit. Winner takes all. Pack battle. Nice. Nice. Who won the pack battle? Moltres SR. Excellent. I'm trying to remember our hit. I think we pulled the Mewtwo SR. The full art. Get to see the cousin. Absolutely. I agree, Zukun. I was fashionably late. Dagger. Ain't no better place to be than fashionably late. So I will just throw it out. I know that right before he bounced, Clayton was talking about an artist, Aoki, but I was curious, does anybody, new or old, have a favorite artist? Which doesn't seem to be the challenge nowadays, right? The challenge is finding an artist that I haven't done yet. The Awesome Survivor by Masaru Miso. Ryan Tran, the man, the myth, the legend. How is it going, brother? It is good to see you, as always. Oh, Kubo. Just picked up a bunch of this thing. Excellent. Oh, Kubo. Remind me, that's the, that is the artist that did the beautiful Iron Treads, the Tron card, and Prismatic. Yeah, Kubo. I remember him. I'll look it up. Because I know that I did do a feature on them some time ago, but I have been going back, and maybe some that I wasn't too creatively happy with might be getting an overhaul facelift, so I guess I would have to see how long ago it was, which we will. Yeah, and the Arbok from Temporal, that's right. Oh, that Arbok is such a beautiful card. Such a beautiful, and I know he's going after another Pokemon. Is it Toucannon? All energy matters. Indubitably. Lori passing 200 subs today. Let's go. Yeah, that is a good choice, little Cubone. Oh, Kubo. Aw, blush. It's true. You're doing really, really well. Super proud of you. That's by Rika. Speaking of Rika, not the artist, but the character. That's kind of funny. Which is illustrated by Ghidorah. Ghidorah is another favorite artist. I do know that Team Missions comes to mind when I see Ghidorah artistry. Ghidorah is responsible primarily, the newest addition is that Ethan's Typhlosion from Destined Rivals. Alright. GG's, Lori. Indeed, GG's, Lori. Dipping her feet in the live streaming too. Yeah. Gonna be amazing. This be why I opened it though, but this is gonna be my ringer, and I will say that you can throw a Houndoom EX on a Houndour, so you do not have to use a Houndoom, which is kind of cool. I don't know if you can use a Houndoom, throw an EX on it. There is always that caveat though, that if your opponent takes out an EX card, they get 2 prize cards. Dep Mode, what's going on? I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. So, the rules, the coins, I'm not going to punch them out. That just sounds like a nightmare. Release the hounds. Alright. What's really cool about the battle decks, they do come with this cool little deck box that you can keep them all in. So I do have a steel one as well. And of course I'll let Nate, when we do battle it out, pretty sure we'll do it for all of you, we'll do it right here. And we'll, I'll let him choose which deck he would like to use, whether the Malmetal and the steel deck, which seems to be right there, that's the one. I believe that was a promo too. Welcome, welcome. I hope everybody is getting everything that they set out to get. Oh, here we go. Comes with a little, they make it look important. But if your Pokemon is poison, put a poison marker on it. Draw a card, basic Pokemon in your bench. Attach an energy to one of your Pokemon only once per turn. You can only attach one energy to one Pokemon once per turn. Retreat your active Pokemon, you can only do that once per turn. If you want to swap it out, you can do that too. If you cannot attack, tell your opponent the turn is over. So you can just say, I'm done. You don't have to attack. Sometimes you can't. Houndoom EX you just had. Which set is that from? Having a brain for. Ooh, that is a good question. Let's find out, Zach. Seems to be from Scarlet and Violet, but it's a promo, so it's not from a set. But it is a Black Star promo number 103. Release the hounds. That made me laugh. Alright. Let me jump into my channel real quick. Do a quick search. And I think we're going to take a vote too, because I would like to kick out at least another appreciation short for Pokemon before I have to go back to my 9 to 5. That's cool, didn't realize. Yeah, that's partly why I decided to open it finally. But at the same time, Zach, I'm probably going to keep it in there so I can play with it. Cat Morrison, how are you? It's good to see you. Alright. Ooh, I think I've got it. But we're still going to go ahead and take a vote, because your voice matters too. So, what I am working on is the Pokemon Appreciation episode for Dragonite. There are 4 that are next in line, and we're just going to have a little fun here. We're going to start a little poll, and you guys are going to pick which one I do after this one. Can't sleep, 3:32 a.m., something on your mind, Cat? Is there anything that we can help you out with? Sorry, having trouble sleeping. Let me just take this. Ryan Tran. Sciatica. Barnacles. That's the worst. I'm sorry. Oh, the pain subsides soon. Or you find a nice comfy spot. I know, although I never suffered from sciatica per se, I've had my fair share of injured backs. I'm just call myself the back of glass because I just every now and again I'll just throw myself out of whack. It almost happened yesterday, in fact. Luckily, I was able to stretch and sleep wrong so I could feel right. Alright, let's do this. Something I haven't done yet. There we go. We have let's see how we feel. In the meantime, I'm going to reach over here into my channel. We're going to search for a cool ball. And fairly certain that you already are, but if you're not subbed up to Little Cubone, please go and do so. Schwartz. Okubo episodes 45 and 46 were Okubo's episodes. Of course, they could have very well have done some more cards since then, and we can take a look to see if we can find them, because they did have done some of my favorite cards. They did the beautiful SAR Iron Shreds, I believe, also. Right. Shuckling the new set. Excellent. Good to know. Good to know. I'm about to look at it right now. And then, something that I've put off for far too long is we are going to go through how they evolved. And then after stream, I'm going to binder Palday Evolve because it's been far too long. Also, just a heads up, I'm going to try something. And again, I appreciate you, Lori, for helping me out this morning. But I figured out a way that I can potentially play video games with y'all. And so at least stream the Xbox so that y'all can see. And I think I'm going to start moving that particular idea. If that one goes through and y'all want to hang out like in the morning time before I go to work on Friday, I think that's going to be the money zone. So yeah, just let me know if that's something that you would be interested in. The one thing that I wish I could do is play the Switch, but I also have a Game Boy emulator on my phone, so if y'all aren't motion sick and don't mind my face camera bobbing up and down every now and again, unless I can hook the Xbox up to it, I might be able to hook the Xbox controller up to the emulator, and I can play those old school Pokemon games with you guys, like Haylene is doing now. Oh, such a good card. They did the Tyrogue from Mega Brave as well. Okubo did. Scrafty and Scraggy, the SV promos. I do believe that those are the last cards I remember including. So, the Among Us from Black Bolt. I feel like that Scrafty and Scraggy have featured. Oh wow, and they've only got a grand total of about 22 cards. That one might need a little bit of research, but that is still a very, very good, good first, good favorite. Drowsy from Shrouded, where he's just chilling there, looking all lazy. That is, that is a great card. I like that one too. Let's see, Mewtwo and Ghastly are tied right now at 33% with 9 votes in. This is one that we'll leave up for a bit as people come in. Excellent. All right. Well, let's look at Palday Evolve because I have got some bindering to do. But no worries, we're going to go through the baby cards, EXs, if any, as well as we're going to bust out the top loaders again, y'all, and we're going to find our Palday Evolved top loaders so that we can be completely ready. Now, I've already prepped months and months ago for this exact moment, and that is why you'll notice that they're primarily kind of in order, not really, and they're also all sleeved already, so... Covello, how is it going? What you play? That is a great question, Neek. So what don't I play? Right now I'm really story time. So once upon a time, I had a really, really good friend. His name was Anthony, and we used to get into all kinds of shenanigans. But the one thing that I'll always remember is staying up late, playing video games into all hours of the night, so late that it's early, and then, you know, passing out when we couldn't stay up anymore. We did that for a long time, and there was a specific set of games that we played. We stumbled across Baldur's Gate, let's go. But the specific game of Baldur's Gate we played was Dark Alliance, and 2-player game, dungeon crawler, top down, full screen, not split screen. And so we ran around and we would play that game like crazy, have each other's backs. He was an excellent archer. Me, I just like to rush in and bash things, which I still very much do. And then, of course, it ends on a cliffhanger, the first game, and so we, you know, pooled our money together, got the second game, spent all night playing that as well. And some of my favorite memories with Anthony, and I say that they're memories because Anthony is no longer with us. He did pass away some time ago. And it took me quite some time to be able to pull it up and play through it again by myself. And the one thing that I will say is the one thing that helped me get out of that was actually Nate. When he was still knee-high to a grasshopper, he's tall now, but he came over to my house one day, and we had a PlayStation. I have that game for the PlayStation as well, the PlayStation 2 as well. And we sat there and we played, him and I, and we played together, 2-player, and had we made our own memories with that game. And that kind of brought me around to playing that game. Now, on my PTO, they sent me off with a nice little parting gift from work and gave me a little Amazon gift card, and I was able to acquire the second game, and I've been putting a lot of my time into that second game, and just kind of reliving those memories with one of my greatest friends. So that's what I'm into right now. But what I will say is Assassin's Creed, like Red Dead Redemption, was one of my favorite games ever. I do go on some Black Ops Zombies from time to time. It's one of those games you kind of always go back to. I do like the 2D arcade side-scroller games, like the Ninja Turtle Shredder's Revenge, one of my favorite games. I'll pull that out in a second. Go. Wouldn't expect nothing less from Have a chance to play Gauntlet Dark Legacy? Ooh, no. Gauntlet Dark Legacy. You know what's really funny? There's somebody that I was just talking to about that game, and they were convinced that it was called Green Gauntlet, and they're like, I can't find it anywhere. And I was like, I wonder if they're talking about Gauntlet Dark Legacy. And so it's very weird that you would say that, Meeks. I do remember that game. The Empoleon Secret Rare in the background. I do miss the SRs like this as well. Kind of looks like a giant fingerprint over the texture. But this card's special to me. I'll remember the exact moment I pulled it, because I was like, why is the border gold? What is this? By Ayako Yoshida. This extremely rare Pokemon is a different color than usual. It is very hard to find. Odd little description. I wonder if that's a shiny Empoleon. Yep, that is from, it hasn't been that long a day, y'all. That is from Plasma Freeze. Plasma Freeze. What is this? Had the Dusknoir. Oh, that would have been so great to have. Raid? Harjay Raid. Colin Pokemon, what's up? Like it up, guys. The Rock, back again with another raid. Heavy D, nuts. Catch 'em all, Kev. That sounds more like a request. No, welcome, man. I appreciate you being here. Default, how's it going? Stafford, how are you? Mewtwo all day. I knew you would side with the Mewtwo. Shout out to RJ indeed. RJ coming through, fellow poet, fellow artist. Me, Ray, there you are. Liked and sub, appreciate that, Katie. Emmanuel, it's good to see you. Good to see you. JR, what's up, JR? Go Spencer, hello. It's good to see your stream. Was that yesterday? Time is slipping away. Much love, like and sub. Catch 'em all, Kev, is a new favorite of mine. Excellent. I will do that indeed. RJ raid on who? On you, Kev. That's who. ET and EV, how's it going? Jay's Mix. Good to see you. Good to see you. Sweet said, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. It does change ever so often. But of course, these cards probably not only hold the most, value monetarily, but these hold the most value sentimentally. And I will say that the Shift Tree, done by the one and only C.A. Narahana, This was the first slab that I believe that I won for myself. I did win a slab previously on Ian with Ian stream. It was a Shadow Rider Calyrex Gem Mint 10. Total accident. But him and I, we talked, and I ended up getting my son the Breakdancing Genesect instead. And that's just his favorite card. That one I won from Pokemon Wonder. Great stream, great guy. I haven't seen much of him, but check him out if you guys ever get a chance. And I appreciate that, Ghost Spencer, truly. And I'm the same way. I do like to tune in when I can. I've also had to have some self-discipline this week of working on me. Breakdancing Genesect from Fusion Strike, his favorite set. Trade for that gear, this one right here. Yeah. Maybe one day we might. But this right here, Ghost Spencer, not only is, of course, one of the greatest cards by one of the greatest artists from one of the greatest sets, but this has one of my all-time favorite stories, if you all would like to hear how I acquired this Giratina. Because you would not believe me if I told you. In short, because I found out that I can't really tell this story without ruining it early, so long story, and then I'll tell you the story. But I actually got this delivered to me by Uber Eats. That's exactly how it happened. Heavy D, how's it going? It's good to see you. So, this is how that story goes. I am a Uber Eats aficionado, and I really enjoy my takeout. I know I really want to get better. But I did notice that Walgreens was there, and the dog needed food, and I needed something to eat, like frozen dinners for microwaves. So I took a look, and I noticed there was a tin. This tin. And it was sitting there, it was like $17, and I was like, huh, no way that's a Pokemon tin with cards in it. And so I bought it, and they brought it to me. Now, that's not the first time I've seen Pokemon cards on Uber Eats, just never at Walgreens. Like, I've seen them at CVS, Albertsons, Target, and every time I tried, they always say the same thing. Sorry, they didn't have the Pokemon, they didn't have the Pokemans thing. This is by Nagomi Niho. We love our Dunsparce. I love that it kind of depicts all 4 seasons, not really, but I like that you can picture summer, spring, fall, and winter all in this card. That's why I like it. So, homeboy from my Walgreens delivery shows up, and guess what? He's got the tin in the bag. And I was like, what? Okay, cool. I guess there's 3 packs in here. That's kind of nice. And I threw it over here to the side in my open later pile. And I was like, what am I going to do with it? I just passed my 100 subs. That's how long ago this happened. So my 100 subs, and I was like, I should do a 100 sub celebration video and open the tin. That's what I should do. And then that little voice in my head was like, but your shorts. And my shorts back then, I was opening packs as often as I could, chasing things from different sets. And so I decided to, in the long run, that was going to be, you know, ooh, I can get 3 shorts out of this tin versus 1 video. Hindsight now, of course, should have did the video. But as I was going through and doing my shorts, you can go back and watch it. It's my Lost Origins Chase number 9 short. And I opened the pack, and lo and behold, the Giratina was in it. So I just want everybody to kind of think about the stars and all the things that had to line up for me to want to order food for the dog from Walgreens, for that guy to go to that Walgreens, pick up that tin, bring it to me, for it to sit here for 3 days, for me to open it and film it, and it's one of the greatest cards in the era. That to me is pretty cool story. Pulled 2 Tinas from Dollar Gen packs. No way. Pulled the BWRs that come today from $1. That's incredible. And as much as I've done, I don't know if I've ever not only seen cards at Dollar General, but been able to purchase them. Either somebody's really good and jumps them, or mine just don't have them. Unbelievable, right? And I promise you this happened. I promise you that happens exactly as that. That's great. It's crazy, right? This year, Trick or Treat will have the No, Emmanuel Moraes, for one. How are you doing, brother? Another amazing artist in our community, Mr. Emmanuel Moraes. But exclusive. They're not reusing arts from sets. They have exclusive Halloween art. Because you might have just made the whole experience that much better. Giratina saved our channel, was about to give it up, and then we pulled one. Really, I love that. I love how cards give back in that way. And I feel like similar. There were times when I'm like, that's it. Like, why? Boom, rainbow card for the first time. Okay, that's new feeling. Or then you start ripping like Crown Zenith and realize how spoiled that set really, really did make us. And how it was just the pull rates were so great compared to what we had to go through with prismatic evolutions. Heard from the grapevine that Family Dollar is restocking Pokemon starting tomorrow. That is good grapevine, Heavy D. Thank you. Yeah, new updated. Oh, that's incredible. I love it. Expect those to sell out too. Yeah, and I know I'm gonna be getting mine, and what I'll do is I'm gonna do my best. I will do my damnedest to pick up an additional pack to give away for y'all, because Halloween is really my jam. So that is my promise to y'all. There we go. Jay's Mix, how's it going? Nagimiso. I mean, trainers need love too, right? Some of these artworks on these trainers, I mean, there has to be an added challenge of likeness to the original concept art of Saguaro. Like, sure, they can take some kind of artistic liberties, but this dude looks like he did in the game. So, that's Ultimate PokeV. I ain't sure about that. But when they drop, we'll be sure. I'll be sure to let you know. I'll be good. Excellent. Dang, it drops when I start a week of That's all right. That's all right. I'm gonna do my best for us all. That's funny. AR and scalper. Oh, I know, right? It would be cool, and you all know why. But it would be amazing to have exclusive ARs in the set. But to your point, that's exactly what it's going to incite, is people buying them all up and selling. Like, the first time I pay $7 for a Trick or Treat pack, y'all, come on. Wanted it for the kid. Excellent. Excellent. That's what I do. I mean, I'm not going to act like I don't open a master set of Trick or Treat every year and then give the rest away, but I give the rest away. Tandem Mouse. We saw this card last time. Saya Tsuruda, because we were looking for Pokeballs. Let's find the Pokeball. Where was it? Where was it? Oh, right under his ear. Would be wild, right? Mewtwo and Mew promo is ridiculous. Really? Mewtwo and Mew promo. Which one? Do like the new ones? Alright. What am I doing? That. Tandem Mouse. Much love. I need to eat. I'll lurk. If you need me, well, I hope you enjoy your food, of course, and I appreciate you being here. Much love indeed. And Stafford, hello, how are you? It's good to see you. The one where Mewtwo is irritated? That one? Tandem Mouse, we've got Corvus Squire. Why is this not in a sleeve? Maybe I've got another one in a sleeve, but this, I believe, is my favorite Corvus Squire artwork. Hey fam, how's it? Adam Jones, how's it going? Never open sealed promos unless you're grading it. Ooh. Is that just the natural protection cellophane is better than anything we could ever give it? So are you with me, Spencer, that like I really don't like them putting the promos in with the dividers in the ETBs now? I much preferred the card to be single. UBC promos? Day and night. Card I got beaten to on RJ's channel, the 3 mice. Oh man. Beaten to it. Beaten to it. We're just gonna go ahead and sleeve this guy right now. This is done by Sui. What is under my fingernail? I did do a scratcher earlier to try and see if I was a little bit lucky. I was not. Worth more sealed. Yeah, I don't want the dividers in there. What a dumb thing, right? And they're like, it will protect the card. Well, if it's bare against a divider, I mean, even cardboard has abrasions. It will hurt the card. The shiny mice from Paldean Beasley. Oh, I gotcha. I have to. Work was insane. Oh, I'm sorry, Adam Jones. I hope you're able to just chill now. Chill now, hang out, listen to story time. Appreciate some of the artwork. We are looking for artists to feature in our artist appreciation. For those that don't know, I am Kev the PokéGhost. I do slow down a lot. I do appreciate the artwork of the card. We go through and feature artists on our shorts for artist appreciation if you haven't seen. And I do want to kind of advance. I think it's time to level up the artist appreciation shorts, y'all, because these are some amazing people, and I read some very amazing things about these artists as I research these cards, and I just feel it would be great to kind of recite them as I do my Pokemon appreciation shorts. Just takes a lot of time and effort, but this is something that I truly want to get into and do. As much as I love my music, I feel like education around the artist is what's going to level that up. So that is what we plan to do. Gorgeous. Ghidorah. Speaking of Ghidorah, the Dragonite V Alt. Best card ever made. Dragonite V Alt. Dragonite Alt from Dragonite V Alt from Evolving Skies. Was it Evolving Skies? I think it was. But we are doing Dragonite already, Go Spencer. That one's actually going to be finished maybe tonight and drop tomorrow. Is it wrong to put Giovanni's Charisma, which has Persian, in the deck spot for Persian? From Evolving, yeah. That's a good question, Emmanuel. And I think only maybe one you could answer, because you know it's kind of like damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of a thing, because whether you put it there or not, somebody's going to be like, yeah, that's totally fine. Otherbody's be like, no, it's not right. So it really matters, like, what do you feel? Do you feel that covers the slot? I personally do. And here's why. Giovanni's not a Pokemon and isn't in the Pokédex. So there's not like a tag team card, which is another something you might have to consider when forming the decks. But yeah. Yeah, that's kind of gross. Kanako EO is one of my favorite artists. Appreciate the show. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I think we made a new fan of Kanako EO with Team Mishins. He seems to really like the shorts also. Sounds like a personal preference. I like it, so I'm putting it. There you go. And if you like it, I like it. But I say, yeah, I would say that's fine, because at the end of the day, as long as you feel it fits the bill, at least until you might, because you might feel like this is the best Persian art. And if that's the deck's goal, fill it with all the Pokemon's best art, who's to say it can't be on a trainer card? Me too, Go Spencer. So I do have one very special binder that just has my hodgepodge collection cards, autograph cards, cards I like, Pokemon I like, but My other 30 binders are by numerical set order. I can't sort them any other way. And I don't know how y'all feel. Does anybody else retire sets? Like, you collect a set for so long, and then after a while, you're just like, yeah, I'm probably never going to be buying any more or come across any more of that. I'm going to retire my active collecting on this. I do. And when that does happen, to save space, I do combine binders, and I just kind of get rid of all the empty spaces. And if I do come across those cards, I'll deal with that when the time comes. Hasn't happened yet. After all this time, I'm making a knee binder. Let's go Spencer. That's exactly it. Or Brian. I think you said your name was Brian. Unless that is Spencer, then of course let me know. Just happens naturally for me. There you go. And that's something as well. Just something that happens naturally. Like, oh yeah, I was getting everything in Paldea Evolved. Oh yeah, I was collecting Paldean Fates. I will say that I haven't done that with any Scarlet and Violet set. Every Scarlet and Violet set is still actively going. I will say, after I binder this one, and Twilight, we're going to get into our Twilight Masquerade as well. And maybe even our Temporal. Yeah, we might go through a lot of sets tonight, y'all. I'm excited for it. Brian, you got it. If it becomes too expensive, I saw. Yep, that's it right there. All day, Kev. If it gets too expensive, it's just like kind of like that $7 for a trick or trade pack. Same mentality. And I also know, like, I get it. And $30-$40 really isn't that bad. And I'll pay $30-$40 for, you know, a 3-pack blister. And that's just how it is. But when you were buying them for like $15 for so long, it's hard to be like, doesn't matter the set at all. And Shrouded just skyrocketed. And now it's just kind of hard to get anything. I had to try and fit 9 used mattresses, 1 cot mattress, and 8 high resistance mattresses for physical therapy into 6. Oh my god. I'm so sorry, Adam. That sounds like a rough day, man. Almost there with Lost Origin, almost there with Paldean Fates. Every once in a while I find it in the wild. But I'm done chasing it. There you go. And I'll say same. I'd say my Lost Origin, a lot of that came from those tins, because after that experience, every time I could buy a tin, I did. And it always came with 2 packs of Lost Origins and something else. Like an Astral Radiance or a Silver Tempest. Gotta go, Kev, my 3 little one. Performing a dance. Oh, excellent. Oh, I wish the best of luck. And yeah, congratulations on that, man. I hope she does well. Thanks for popping in, Emmanuel. I hope you have a good rest of your day, man. Found $5 Evo Skies packs today. What? Where, pray tell, did you find that? That's great. I did talk to my buddy Mike. Low-key fave, because the first random I bought as an adult. Oh, well that's a fun little fact. Lost Origins, your low-key fave. Anybody else have a low-key favorite set that they like to collect from the Sword and Shield? I mean, honestly, with those galleries, it's really hard not to like all the latter sets of Sword and Shield. This is a cute little Wingull. This is done by Kukisatu. We have more than featured Kukisatu on the channel. Soars high in the air, riding on updrafts like a glider. It carries food tucked in its bill. Well, good. That's where I would keep food in my mouth. Walmart and Polion 10. Excellent. Spencer got those for me. Right. Oh, you're funny. Shrouded was such a slept-on set, and I'm guilty of sleeping on it too. Did get the 2 amazing IR promos, the Kingdra and the Greninja, while they were still available. Greninja from Twilight Masquerade? Oh, the promos. Sorry. Second greatest Greninja card ever is that promo. I wanted that promo so bad. I was only able to get the Not the Kingdra one, because that was the other one that I would really like to get. What was the third one? Oh, one of my favorites, the King Gambit. King Gambit has some of the craziest looking cards, and that one is no different. All three of those promos, I dare argue, are some of the best promos of the Scarlet and Violet era. I love Shrouded High Key, and I'll say that I was kind of there too, but Shrouded was cheap, and I was a degen. So I started buying a lot of it, and the second I ripped a pack open and saw that reverse hollow pattern, and it was so unique, and then the reverse hollow energies were that way, and it just blew my mind. The color scheme was great. Getting into the games and the DLCs for the Teal Mask and Ogerpon and the Loyal 3 just made me love that set even more. It introduced Blood Moon Ursaluna, one of my all-time favorite Pokemons of like today. So yeah, Shrouded should have been the SIR in Twilight. It is 100,000 times better. You know what? I can agree and yet disagree. I think it needs to be held a little bit higher than a promo, but man, that wasn't Shinji Kanda who did the Greninja in Twilight, but still, you make a very valid point. And Temporal, I have several King Gambits I can say. Oh man, I love King Gambit. I would not mind that at all. Never mind, Lord. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. The King Gambit. Which one did you get? I forgot which set. I forget the set too, but it's the symmetrical card where he's sitting there and there's a bunch of Pinard in front of him. Shrouded coming up. Oh yeah, Shrouded coming up. And it's a lot thanks to that Persian as well as that card. This Houndoom, I know is a lot of favorites. This is probably my favorite artwork of all of Scarlet and Violet, which I think I can say now. Yeah. And I know it might shock y'all, but this one here, Taiga Kosai, saw it, loved it, was gifted to me, and I just went with it. Same with the SIR Zard from Baldain. Should have been the SIR and Obsidian. The Zard set. Got the King Gambit box some time ago too. Base set. I do have base set. I have a lot of base set. Are you asking what's my favorite card in base set? That's a Shrouded Fable card too, yep. Going ahead, meds kicking in. Have a great stream. See, yeah, absolutely, Kat. I appreciate you being here and popping in. I hope you sleep well. In fact, we have that, and I should put it in the binder, of course, but it's my favorite card. I love to display it. And the Beware from that set, great. The Zeraora from that set, incredible. There is like not an art rare in Shrouded that I wouldn't say. I need to show my promo sometime. Absolutely. And we can do, of course, that's got 90 binders out here. That's the one I don't have out here is my base set. Yeah, that King Gambit box, yeah, it delivered too. Farigiraf, got our Palindrome Pokemon. Finally on lunch break, excellent. Good to see you, Halion. Uh-oh, Melty Face, how's the day? Now that the brainwaves from the head and tail are synced up, the psychic powers of this Pokemon is 10 times stronger than Girafarig. Cute. Speaking of Girafarig, this is significant and probably one of my favorite Girafarig arts, primarily because you can tell that he's hanging out in Grafaiai's forest. Ogie Doogie IR Shroud out of Kirigawama. Okay, you got me there, RJ. So I will say that the 3 SIRs in Shrouded Fable of the Loyal 3 should have been the SRs. Like, those should have been swapped. And I would have been fine with it. Excellent. But you're not wrong, RJ. Shout out Akira Igawa. Anything that woman touches, it should be gold. Kirisaiki. Though very small, the brain in its tail is still considered an important organ because it emits powerful psychic energy. That's not in the sleeve. Wish I would have collected longer than a few months ago. Boo. Well, of course. Not to say that I haven't had my breaks and time away from collecting, because I've missed entire eras of collecting before, primarily Sword and Shield until way later. I did miss a lot. I really enjoyed Temporal Forces, and there is a reason as to the why, and that is because there is a lot of ghosts in Temporal, especially the Ghastly art rare from Temporal. That was probably really the one that got me. I might not be my favorite artwork, but I can't deny that I must own it. I have to film some more videos this weekend. I have 10 more I can do from Collect. Excellent. I love that. And you did say that you just went the one day, Adam. But I hope you had fun, and I hope your trip there and back was good. 36 likes. Y'all crushing it. I appreciate you. Did the best SV artwork. How they fade Sard SAR. I agree. Akira Igawa also did the gold cards in Crown Zenith. All of the Dialga, Palkia, Arceus, Giratina. Giratina also did a Zekrom trainer gallery with N, and I think it was Brilliant Stars, but man, that blew my mind too. And shout out Nikki Nocturne. She's a huge Igawa fan. She's got a binder of Igawa, which reminds me, RJ, do you have a binder of Igawa? I traded that to my friend for the SIR Zard from the city, and I regretted it. Ended up pulling the Zard myself and still never got the Ghastly back. If you believe what I believe, it will come back again. I will say, small story time, and then I do have to take a break. 1, gotta stretch my back. 2, I gotta take my dog out, but I will be right back. But, story time, and this is hard for me to admit to all of y'all, and I did make a video way back when I was starting about patience and how everybody should probably just take a second, take a breath, try not to rush it, because I've never personally pulled a Zard for myself until recently. But I mean, I've had the base set Zard. I've had many Charizards, none that I can remember having a story of pulling, getting, gifting, trading, taking. No idea how some of these cards came to be. So, as I was going through my early collecting phase, I really wanted somebody to do it with. And I was living in a house, and my roommate was seeing this guy, and he was like, "What are you doing there?" And I was like, "Oh, Pokemon, I'm building my own deck so I can, physically have a deck to use." It's like, "Oh man, that's so cool. I love Pokemon." And we spent hours just talking Pokemon, going through all my cards and all that. And I, being the PokéGhost, was feeling generous. And I don't know if you guys have any of these, know what this is. This little symbol here is Legendary Collection. And reverse hollows looked like this in Legendary Collection. They're called Fireworks Pattern. And these have kind of grown quite a bit in popularity. And everybody, specifically, I know one man that's after them. That's ALB. Now, I can recall from my childhood, lounging with Kitty on the couch, listening up. Excellent. I love that. Prayed to my friend. Come on. You need to start a binder of Igawa. You absolutely do. Come on. Zero patience. Yeah, that happens. Box topper. Alright, that was a blast there, Kev, and I may be doing a collect with another creator. He makes some epic 3D printed storage boxes for trading cards, including this epic one. Excellent. Can't wait to see it. Zero patience to alien. I'm not a CBC. How is it going, fam? It's good to see you. Just going through my bulk and sleek all my Yukas and Saya cards I have, and I only found one Kanakuyo. Oh. Well, no worries at all. That's the hunt of the joy of the hunt. I love looking through my sets to find cards. I will say there's no shame in looking it up. They do have entire lists of artist cards on online, which is what I use a lot of. And that's my cue. I gotta fill up my coffee here. But let me continue on with my Charizard story here. When I first got one of these, it was a Caterpie, and a Wartortle, and a Hypno. Now, I didn't know any better. I was young, and for whatever reason, I thought that they were stickers. In fact, I was so sure that they were stickers, I can remember distinctly peeling the Hypno one off and sticking it on my dresser when I was younger. As we're going through these cards, this gentleman and myself, who's a real good guy, I realized not yet quite what I had, and I was still under the impression that these were stickers, and I had this one, I had a Wartortle, and I had a Caterpie, and I had a Charizard. Well, Kev was feeling really generous, and I was like, man, I don't have another Charizard. But I do have the sticker that looks just like the original card, man. If you wanted to take this, I'd be more than happy to part with that. It's just a sticker, man. It's probably not worth anything. This is my lesson in patience, and why you should always take a second. Don't act without your gut if it's something this important. Because fast forward now, today, you can look up that card if you want. The reverse holo fireworks pattern Charizard from Legendary Collections is how much? $15,000. Whoops. Yeah. And I'm okay with receiving gifts and giving gifts, but the one thing that I'll never do again from that day is not double check my work. I should have took a second, just looked it up. It was in the age of technology, it wasn't on dial-up. And they didn't know what they had either. I have no idea where they are now. I just hope they're well. And I own that. That was my mistake, and also why I'm just, I just wanted to make somebody's day, do something that not everybody would do, and I ended up giving away something more than I had. So that's my lesson in patience, y'all. Just take a second, verify, and then go through. As much as I absolutely love y'all and your hearts, yeah. Oof indeed. Oof indeed. Alright. So real quick, we are going to continue going through our Paldean Evolved. I do have to run my dog out right quick. Oh, look at little Goofon. Oswaldo Cato. Using the pointy tip of his trunk, it carves on chunks of hard rocks to eat. It's very docile and helps people with physical labor. Okay, so it eats rocks. That's interesting. That card probably does have one heck of a story now, though. And I would like to know what that story is. Unless it was I had no idea where it went. It's probably in a couch or in my trunk. I was just being my generous self, and not to even say like I was being nice and it came back and bit me. It's like, no, because honestly, is it regret? No, it's a little remorseful, like, damn, I probably should have not done that. But not for the sake of not making somebody happy and in hopes to battle them one day. And I can say, Adam, as long as we educate and just bring awareness to it, that's really all we can do. It is up to them to make that choice from there. But we also want to remind you as well that not even just being a creator, but anybody that has a collection and been collecting for a long time, sometimes monetary value is out the window. I win a card, it's worth $100. I already have that card. But I won that card, it's nothing to me, so I'll give it away to somebody who does need it. And some people are uncomfortable with that. Some people aren't like me in that way, but sometimes I just enter giveaways to give them away. Unless it's something I don't have, because I do want to collect one of everything. That is the ideal goal for the collector, even though you'll never collect them all. Yeah, that's just my 2 cents. That does suck, Dagger, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's a lot of scamming people out of good cards, but there's also just lots of genuinely not knowing out there. Hard to know every single card that could be exactly, and even sometimes I'm looking things up when I see it, and I go based off the reaction of others sometimes if I don't know. Like if that chat starts flying, I'm like, oh, this must be something. Yeah, absolutely, man, especially now. And I just didn't want to harp on it, man, because I know it's twisting the knife, but yeah, it sucks. I forgot to post it in the Discord, but I was going through my stuff and I found a bunch of loose cards and found a cool game card. Get out of here. Yeah, definitely post it in there if you haven't already. What I have to do, y'all, I do have to be back. Let me stretch my back, take my pupper out real quick. I appreciate y'all, and then we'll get right back on into it. I do have something special. I did want to shout out, I believe it was WTF that made this contribution. And I got inspired, so I have another one coming, and we're probably going to be doing that on Saturday. So I'm going to try and find something to open as well. And remind me, y'all, did you guys like the Mirrorverse? Weigh in on that. Okay, I have to babysit. Yeah, babysit. You have help. There's Alien and Gooch, and let's watch the kiddos, Alien. Yeah, y'all be nice. Y'all be nice. Don't let them separate you. Dory and Alien are in charge. Okay. No, for real. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for being here and believing in ghosts. If anybody or the mods does have a link to somebody, anybody that you want to watch or promote, feel free to drop it while I'm away. Help support our friends. Like some things. And I will return. Ah, gotta work in the morning. Yeah, catch y'all later. I appreciate you popping in. It was fun chatting with you. And yeah, I'll check you out as well. I'll see you tomorrow, I'm sure. Yes, yes, you do need to find the Pokeball in it now. Which set is it from? Do you know? Hang on, let me check if you posted it in the Discord. Yep, the Freak Show Gengar, they call that one. Yep, that's a good one. That is a good one. I think that Pokeball is a little harder than the others. He's back. I am back. I appreciate you all. Appreciate your patience. The pupper appreciates you. I am here until it is over. We have the Noibat by Chibi. Chibi? I'm having a recollection. I'm not sure if Chibi has ever been done. This is gorgeous artwork. Okay. Research is needed. Yes, yes, right now. Excellent, appreciate that. Yeah, we could midstream raid. Dagger, excellent. I didn't see it or I would have popped over to Dagger. The Dagger's always doing something amazing. And I super appreciate you, fam. Not just for being here and your support, but everything you do for the community. And not just our community, but the community of mankind. It really stands out, man, and you're a true hero. Paldean Wooper. Okay, who's better? Paldean Wooper or regular Wooper? I do as well. I do as well. You can kind of really see the difference in backgrounds, but that's why I have a feeling that Chibi hasn't done many cards. But I will take a look right now. But how cute is this Paldean Wooper? Again, Saya Saruta, speak of the devil. Let's find the Pokeball real quick. Where is the Pokeball hidden in this artwork? Unless I think we determined that it was on his head, right? That his head was the Pokeball. I think that is what we determined and decided, because I think that's way too small. Whoop, whoop. All right. Me. Shadow on the head. Yep, I agree. Ooh, beautiful hollow Glimora with a bunch of Glimmet in the background. By Shin Nagisawa. When this Pokemon detects danger, it will open up its crystalline petals and fire beams from its conical body. Okay. Creepy. Ooh, Knacklestack. Or as I like to call him, the ultimate Minecraft bad guy. This is also done by Ghidorah. Why these aren't sleeved, I'll never know. But time to fix it. Alright, what's everybody getting into tonight? Anybody have plans on this beautiful Friday? I know that's a weird thing to say considering everybody else has to probably work tomorrow. Glimora hides in his cave walls down. Yeah, I do too. I do too. Tootsie Pop, the world may never know. There you go. Mr. Owl. How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop? 1, 2, 3. 3. I think they did figure it out, and if I'm not mistaken, they had to change their slogan because scientists eventually figured it out. It takes somewhere around like 300 licks. But let's start an argument. What's your favorite flavor Tootsie Pop? Oh, little phalanx by Kiramitsu. The brass, which is the one that stands at the front and issues orders, is the strongest and smartest of the 6. Tootsie Rolls, but not the pop. So what's your favorite Tootsie Roll? At least over here we have different flavors. You can get them in the variety flavors bag, which comes with like vanilla and lemon, lime, I think cherry, and orange. Just recovering before I have to go to work again tomorrow. Saturdays kind of suck at work. Yeah, I hear that loud and clear, man. I hear that loud and clear. And there might be over there. Over here, it's probably very unhealthy, but I can't get enough of those green ones, and the cherry ones are just really good. Gonna have some Glory of Team Rocket and Battle Partner box openings with Mishins. Heck yeah, I can't wait to see what I hit. Orange one is my favorite. Excellent. Love that. Starburst too. Yes, I do buy the all red or all pink pouches all the time. But I typically care for every Starburst flavor. I've had like mini Laffy Taffy, but that's just chocolate Tootsie Rolls. Oh, okay. And I guess that would be comparable to the flavor of those. Would be the mini Laffy Taffies, which I love also. I also like saltwater taffy. Ooh, let's see. Where are we at? I think we can close this poll. Looks like Mewtwo, by a demanding lead, took the next artist appreciation. Or the Pokemon appreciation. So you know how they have different flavored Tootsie Rolls? Almost 40 votes? That's insane. You guys are awesome. Appreciate the rage, y'all. Little Cubone, Harjay, y'all are amazing. I agree. Saltwater Taffy is way more incredible. I wish I could eat more of it. Sorry. I think this was Sao. Yeah, Sao. Alright. Ooh. Reverse Hollow. Play rough. Greatest move ever. Never had a Tootsie Roll before. Any reason as to the why, or unless they? It's hard for me to believe they don't have them there. Aww, Tink by Shibuza. It's one of Halien's favorites. It swings its handmade hammer around to protect itself, but the hammer is often stolen by Pokemon that eat metal. Well, that's not very nice. That's not very nice at all. Getting into the first ghost sighting of tonight, we've got the Ceruledge. Rand is another artist. Ooh. Not to be confused with Rond or Rend, right? Rand. Rand is good. Rand doesn't have too many cards, and this might be just pure memory, but did they do the Sandy Shocks SAR from Prismatic? I think I might be remembering them wrong. This was by Ryota Murayama. Unique New York. The fiery blaze on its arms burned fiercely with the lingering resentment of a sword wielder who fell before accomplishing their goal. He's got unfinished business. Kilowattrel. Stunning. You always... Like this to me, this picture here reminds me of an image in my mind when I sit down and want to draw something and I think of what to draw, if I were ever to think of a bird, like this is what I would want it to look like when I was done. The Frigate Bird by Pani Kobayashi. He was another one that I said I wanted to do. I think we have our artists for tonight, y'all, and it's going to be fun finding them out. Kilowatt Trill inflates its throat sac to amplify its electricity. By riding the wind, this Pokemon can fly over 430 miles in a day. Well, that must be nice. But the uses of purples and the blending, and I'm not sure if that's lightning, but let's call it lightning. This is an incredible art. Ew, throat sac. Tootsie Roll's only major. Oh, I got you. I meant Ren, my bad. Okay. Matt Gooch is also a big Ren fan. And so is Emmanuel Moraes. Yeah, I've never seen them in Japan, actually. Not surprised. Interesting. Might I have to slip some Tootsie Rolls in packages? Is that allowed? Yep, manual too. Yep, a manual too. Gorgeous little artwork, I believe. This is Shibuya also. Love Ren, so many cool arts, right? Chimeco comes to mind. That one's probably one of my favorites. The Beauty Fly or the Cutie Fly. Candy can be shipped, but it would probably melt right. Yeah, you're not wrong. Whether it melts before it leaves here or before it gets there, it will happen. At least right now. Cutie Fly Rendar is one of my favorite cards I pulled myself. Excellent, and it is a gorgeous card. Here's another Saya Saruda. Pokeball. What? This species left the ocean and began living on land a very long time ago. Seems to be closely related to Whalmer. Extra Avocado. Nice of you to join. How are you doing? It's good to see you. I won't say no to a bit of the U.S. care package, but if it's not stored properly, it will melt. Yeah, and then for the love of God, the cards are ruined, right? Japan stopped shipping all the packages to the U.S. Hopefully letters are still... I don't like hearing that, but I'm hoping letters are still okay, too. Because you're fixing to get a lot over the next couple months. I gotta start splitting yours up into smaller ones. Which I'm happy to do. Because you will get these cards. Oh yes, you will. Let's see. Ooh. Azumarill. Look at that water. It's a cool water effect. And Morikura. Its long ears are superb sensors. It can distinguish the movements of things in water and tell what they are. I think a lot of countries stopped shipping to the U.S. or prices got... Yeah, tariffs kind of mess things up. Won't ship anything over 150 to the U.S. because of the insane. That's insane. Insane to me. Ah, a little mural. Anybody imagine that these two are running towards one another? Oh. Or maybe he evolved as he's running. Never thought of that. Sayona Misaki. The fur on its body naturally repels water. It can stay dry even if it plays in the water. Sounds more like a bird than anything. Chariots of Fire music is playing in the background. I love that. I could hear it. I could hear it in my head. Now I can't unhear it. That's so funny, Dagger. Look at that. Pami Kobayashi. We found another one. Max already has a price nearly triple. Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, that's true. At least they'll ship things under. And I mean, I hope it's still not like insane. Ooh, a soul unable to move on to the afterlife was blown around by the wind until it got tangled up with dried grass and became a Pokemon. I'm sorry. Bramblin, great Pokemon. Never knew the origin of Bramblin until right now. It's a sad story. Don't let my laughter fool you. It's a sad story, but I just couldn't imagine being a ghost and being like, what is this? What am I supposed to do? And then a strong wind, strong enough to blow you around to where you can't recover and get tangled with dry grass, and suddenly a 10-year-old comes along and puts you in a ball and makes you fight for him. You know, that's what went through my mind. But Pami Kobayashi, we are looking for, and we found two. That, man, that made me laugh. $100 to ship barely $20 of cards. That's insane. Don't do it, Adam. Excuse me. Unless you have to. Like, if she paid for something, but... And I'm sure that Jack would be more than happy to help you out with any shipping if it's that crucial also. Not speaking for Jack, just speaking how I feel Jack would. Is it the same thing with an envelope? Because I mean, $20 worth of bulk could probably be package size, but $20 worth of ARs probably fit in a nice little envelope. See, that's what I was talking about. Low Kicks have some of the greatest cards, but just watching them like run around the game is very off-putting to me. Anosaki Dynamique, when it decides to fight all out, it stands on its previously... Oh yeah, Showdown mode. We saw the a Low Kicks in the battle deck. That really does. Even if it's 10 envelopes, I know that's just like 10 times the amount of risk of envelopes getting to their destination, but anything that you need, man. And if it's suggestions, we got you. Nagi Miso. That's another thing I'm working desperately on myself, is the mail. Florigato. Florigato deftly wields the vine hidden beneath its long fur, slamming the hard flower bud against its opponents. Hold up. The vine hidden beneath its long fur. So it has like a scorpion vine thing going on with a flower bud at the end of it? That's cool. Alright, Kiddio was doing something yesterday, and it was very interesting. I know it was just to help people stay active in chat for the rumbles that he does with his avatars. But what do you guys feel was the best fire starter of all time? Sprigatito by Megumi Matsutani, who I will absolutely do an appreciation short on soon, because I have wanted to do it. Nope. That's Megami Higuchi. Mitsutani. There's another card that they did. Prodigy. Prodigy? Get over here, meow. Get over here. Prodigy. There wasn't a Pokemon named Prodigy, was there? Fennekin is a good one. Heavy D. I think that's because I'm a big Delphox fan. And primarily because of their shiny form. It's all purple and gray. It looks great. And Fennekin, although I have hatched and done my fair share of shiny hunting, I have hatched only 2 shiny Pokemon. And that is like full on trying Masuda method, eggs for days, keep running, eggs for days, keep running. Sometimes it takes weeks, sometimes it takes a month. And Charmander was the first one I ever wanted to do. So I did, and I hatched myself a shiny Charmander. I have a level 100 shiny Charizard with me always now. But Fennekin was the next one. I wanted to get a shiny of every starter Pokemon, so I started next with Fennekin. Like, let me get Fennekin real quick. Took me like a month and a half, and finally I got it. I evolved him. I was like, man, I just have 0 time to shiny hunt anymore. No, it's more like the vine is an extension of its arm, kind of like a mace with a flower at the end of it. Okay. That's even cooler. Get over here, meow. I think I need an artist rendition of a Florigato and sending out his bud. Quilava, says Extra Avocado. Which I'm sure you mean Cyndaquil, which turns into Quilava. I had way too much luck with Masuda hunting and Sword. Over 300 hunts, each under 100 eggs. That's great. Battle for Dream Island. Battle for Dream Island. That sounds like a great episode of whatever we're doing. Why does this feel funny? Yoriyuki Kagame, which is more notable for doing the Bulbasaur ARs and SIR Venusaur from 151. Man, last shiny egg I did was for a Komala and was lucky with 100 so eggs. My game, oh my god. I don't know what I would do. I have no idea what I would do. Hey, look at that, we got an extra. Heracross. 700 to get another, that's insane. You heard me say Bulbasaur? Litten is cute too. Litten is cute too. You're not wrong. I do like Litten the kitten. Although, I think his final form is Pyroar. And people didn't like Pyroar for some reason. I think because they took him and made him bipedal when his first 2 were not. But then Skeledirge came out and they did the opposite, and people didn't like that either. They really didn't like Skeledirge going down on all 4s. Easy now. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Got Pineco by Kooky Side 2. Fastest wasn't even a hunt I was trying to do. I was trying to breed a better nature on my Venipede before I started to hunt. 2 shinies, Beery, and 5. Back to back, that's insane. Fuecoco is adorable. That is insane. And I will say some of my shinies that I've caught have been not hunting at all. Now, I can't recall if this happened to me or if it was a video I watched. That's just how my brain works after so long. But I was flying on my Miraidon, and I ran out of stamina up there, and I came down, and I landed right on a shiny Eevee. I love Hot Cocoa. Well, then, Fuecoco probably get along real well. Pineco. This is an interesting artwork because this is a beautiful example and what I like when they start incorporating the game that the era is around within the cards it contains. And these little seals back here, you have to go around and find all these spires, and you have to take them out of the ground, and after you find their corresponding colors, it'll open. And this is where Ting Lu, Wu Chen, Chen Pao, and Chi Yu are all hidden, and you have to open each one to have the potential to fight and catch them. And I have seen another one in another card too. I'm curious if it was in how they evolved also. Alright. Oranguru. Reminds me of my papa. Toshiano Aoki. I believe that Ghost Spencer was just talking about this card. Someone was. Who was it? Emmanuel? Somebody was talking about it when we were talking about the Pichu. That's the same guy that did the Pichu promo that he posted in the Discord. Now I gotta double check my work, because I might be incorrect. You are correct. What is that big in my master? A disaster. I think I just saw something else. You have that white Kyurem. That white Kyurem Heavy D is actually done by my favorite artist, Kawaii. Just caught it out of the corner of my eye. That's a beautiful card. Alright, Pichu. Nope, Ken Sugimori did the Pichu. Tashiana Aoki did the Eevee. The Eevee hollow that he posted. I knew it sounded familiar. Done that in the yet. That's why I didn't recognize the sealed door. Yep. In the game yet? Yeah. Oh, it's fun. It's fun. Don't let me discourage you. It's tough, but I think all things that are worth it are. Funny Son, however, was back in Omega Ruby. Okay, took me a second. Got both Entei and Raikou back to back. The funny thing is they were both... Oh, man. Okay, yeah, that's pretty lucky. That's like lottery lucky. That's like winning on DPM twice in back-to-back streams. Sao did this cute little Palmy Pokemon and Flowers. Is someone we haven't seen yet tonight. I hope they're doing well. PokéGirl Jessie, Maddie G. Yes, the sealed doors. Electrode moving, man. Like, he's got so more to go. Showing the velocity with the ground parting beneath him. By Scav. The more energy it charges up, the faster it gets. But this also makes it more likely to explode. Okay. Funny, they don't have self-destruct as a attack. Self-destruct is an attack that some Pokemon can learn, and yes, it does knock out the user, so you're pretty much sacrificing yourself. But it does a lot of damage. And has anybody used self-destruct as that last-ditch effort, and it didn't knock out the enemy Pokemon? Because I have plenty of times. Scav. Great card. We've got the Magnemite, which remains one of the cleverest Pokemon in my opinion design-wise, because it does not have a face, and yet you can always tell what it's feeling or what it's thinking. Cool Electro, right? He's moving. You would not want to be standing in front of that thing. This here, Ryoma Yuratsuka. Electromagnetic waves emitted by the units at the sides of its head expel anti-gravity, which allows it to float. Craziest luck, he wasn't even good luck, it was horrible luck. Dynamax Adventures for Sogliel and just completed one, only 4 phases. 2161 plus Dynamax Adventures. Yeah, that's the definition of grind, Adam Jones. That's the definition of grind. Let's see. Speak of the devil, there he is. Look at him, little Fuecoco. By Kogamaru Amino. Shout out Harjay. Loves Kogamaru Amino. Specifically the Jigglypuff, if I remember correctly. I doubt he's still here though, but no worries at all. I'll see you when you get back. Even with the shiny charm is important. It lies on warm rocks and uses the heat absorbed by its square-shaped scales to create fire energy. That's what it was. So I was like, man, I know the squares on his tail and feet are significant, but why? It absorbs heat through them. That's how he creates his fire. I don't even blame you. How they enchant, yeah. I was just asking a little earlier, Ryan, who we feel is the best fire starter of all time. Would you go with Fuecoco? That's insane. And can I just say, like, what a move it was of Pokemon Company to not allow you to get the shiny charm until you complete the game? Or pieces of cheese. Okay, and they just kind of needed an excuse as to why they dropped cheese. Were they doing that challenge where they just throw the cheese at Fuecoco, see what he does? Well, he used them to absorb heat. We've got Oricorio by Haru Akasaka. This Pokemon is incredibly popular, possibly because its passionate dancing is a great match with the temperature of the Paldean people. Now, for those playing the game, you can get different variations of Oricorio. However, you can only catch 2 of those variations. You do have to go and find paint or dye or something, I believe, and then you will physically change these Pokemon into their other variants. But I believe you can only catch the red and yellow one. And then for the pink and purple one, purple being the best, ghost type, you need dyes or something like that. So, just a heads up. But gorgeous artwork. Pokemon and flowers. Flowers! Speaking of Pyroar. Oh, Incineroar. That's who I was thinking of. Because Pyroar is Litleo. Well, I haven't had that luck with it. I'm doing a bug team for my replay of Sword, and I want a Pheromosa, and I don't have the charm. Took me over 150, but that's not the one I wanted to use, so I went back. Other 2 in the DLC and Scarlet and Violet. Ooh, I didn't know that. Maybe because I already had them before I got the DLC. This is by Uta. See, all the signs. Jessie, where are you? But Uta, one of her favorites, primarily because she cosplays Uta from One Piece. But yeah, you would not want to see this coming at you. This is a perfect example of ferocity mixed with element that you just don't want to mess with. Still got 10 of you hanging out. In for Buzzwole, and that took forever. Yo, I'm a huge fan of Ultra Beasts, so Buzzwole, although humorous, I will say Buzzwole when it's a bodybuilder. Like, okay, I get it, but still an Ultra Beast. This looks like... Nope, I was wrong. Oh, no, I wasn't. This is Yukiko Baba. Yukiko Baba. Oh, look at how happy he is. Which, by the way, Hop Hip, Jump Left, Skiploom. It's Skiploom, right? Hop Hip, Jump Left, Skiploom, yeah. Their shinies, all they do is rotate their colors. So the little one becomes blue, the middle one becomes green, the big one becomes pink. One is in the bottom left corner of the map in Kitakami, the other is in the coastal biome. Thank you for that. I have to fire that up again. I have to get my Switch all connected. I wish those were the games that I was able to play with y'all, because those are games that I would love to stream and do a playthrough. I am going to attempt. It's going to take a little bit of finagling, but I do think I found a way that I can stream my video games, and I'm just curious if you guys are like me and really into the old school and nostalgia. And even though I just played through them personally, I'd love to play through them again with y'all as the Spyro the Dragon video games. Are y'all familiar with those? Another Tink-a-Tink, Reverse Hollow by Mitsu. The only thing that I'm really combating right now is I'm a button presser, and I didn't realize how audible I press buttons until I heard it back. And the mic on my phone was actually picking up a lot of the button presses more than my voice, so I'm going to try and put my mic set up closer to my face as well. Excellent. So we're probably going to do that. It's going to be more on the earlier side for me, and over here in the US it'll probably be in the morning. However, as work continues to start back up, that might be the only option to have, but if anything, late night gaming streams never hurt. Fue Coco, fue Coco, that dance champ, just so you know, toss me a taco or 10. I'm in, crunching like I'm born to win. Ryan Tran dropping bars. There it is, Cheese Lad. Which would be a perfect nickname now that I think about it. Just the reverse hollow of the one we appreciated already. Yeah, and that would be fun to do too if we were just playing the game together. It doesn't have to be streamed or anything. Or if one of you has the ability to stream the game from your side while we all jump in and play. That might be something to do as well. I should talk to Jesse about that, and Halion. Of course, that's like time differences. That's probably the hardest one to contend with. But yeah, I am so down for that. Shigenori Nagishi with Pupitar, which I don't know if y'all have noticed, but anytime Pupitar is featured on a card, he is always pictured in motion and flying like a bullet. See, this pupa flies around wildly by venting with great force the gas pressurized inside his body. Okay, so it propels itself with gas. I wonder what that smell. You know what? I don't even want to know. Don't even want to know. That's scary, right? I wouldn't want to be standing like right in front of that thing. That's for true. Minecraft for the first time. Torrent's worth streaming. Oh my god, if you do and you go into a realm, Halion, I will play with you while you stream. I will be your guide. Yes, it is worth streaming. And people will love to watch you if you're a noob, but there is something that happens when you are a little newbie. And I don't mean like little newbie, I mean like little newish. And that is, some people are gonna try and troll you and tell you to do things that are gonna hurt and tell you it'll help. All you need to do is not listen to those people. I was just thinking that too, Adam. There's more than enough that I have left to do there too. I'll do videos so I can cut out all the struggle. But the struggle is what people like to see. As well as some people aren't all that way. They can come in and they can just like really help you out through your struggles too. Might make for some really interesting and genuine content. Because nobody likes to see everybody being great all the time. Trolls are hilarious until you're like, alright, I finally made it to the nether, what do I do? Oh, you have to sleep immediately. And anybody who doesn't know is going to blow up and lose all their stuff in the nether, because if you sleep in the nether, your bed will explode. You learned that Ponyta's hooves are harder than diamonds earlier. That is a great fun fact to know. How did you learn that? Was it on the bottom of a card? Blueberry, yeah. I love blueberry pies. I love them too. Hitoshi Ariga. A Wigglytuff. Again, coming straight out of the game. Pokemon and Flowers. watch people play, so I think I know the tricks. I'm just, no, I'll die in every combat. And not really, because you can fashion a shield as well as a sword, and eventually you can get a loom and thread and dye and cotton, and you can make your own banner and cover your shield with it. It's kind of cool. But yeah, if you have a shield, it makes it a little bit easier. The creepers are gonna creep every now and again. That would probably be my biggest moment, has been from creepers. And I've even done the unthinkable, where I've gathered so many resources over so many weeks, finally having enough, getting all my stuff, going to a village that I need to go to, and dying on the way, and not being able to find my stuff. That was enough for me to almost never play it again. And luckily, the friend I was playing with at the time, she did work, and kind of brought me back into it by... It was my hope to get somewhere that I could have books of mending from a librarian villager. And I went to play one day. I was just like, alright, let's see where we're at. And suddenly there was a church that wasn't there before, and I went inside this church, and there was a librarian inside the church, because I had put a lectern in there, which you need to make the villager a librarian. And not only that, but they went through the trouble of zombifying this villager and healing them several times. So if you do that, zombie will have to bite the villager. Then you give them a golden apple, a magic golden apple, and they'll be cured. But then they lower all of their trading costs too. So it pretty much costs like 1 emerald to get 1 book of mending in my library. And because they did that, I was like, that was everything that I was trying to do, and now you put one in our backyard. So, cool. While newborn Ponyta is weak, its strength grows as it runs and trains. Its hooves are said to be 10 times harder than diamonds, allowing it to trample anything. That's great. I've unlocked all the encounters and everything. I still have many things I need to do there as on my main, and I might also dedicate one day to my shiny gem 4 only run for Scarlet. That would be cool. 50 times before I can set up for the night. I just know it. Well, there is one setting, and people might give you crap for it, but after that experience I had, I went into my realm and made it to where I keep my inventory. So if I happen to die anywhere, I don't have to worry about it, because that was the only part of the game that made it not fun for me, and ultimately frustrating, and I didn't want that. Mending is broken in Minecraft, which is why, Adam, eventually what I did... Yuya Oka is my father. He's the Minecraft genius. He actually started building farms for himself that pretty much allowed him to make things all on their own. And over time, I started doing the same in Bedrock. He plays on Java, the computer. So I went in and we built creeper farms, and I built an Enderman farm in the end. And essentially what we do is if our stuff is ever hurting real bad, we go to one of these farms and just sit there. And in Bedrock, they used to have this hack where you could put 4 observers and 4 pistons in a circle and throw a trident in it, and then when you turned it on with a lever, the trident would spin around inside there and hit anything that was in there too. So we would just have these creepers dropping into this hole, and this trident was doing its thing, so I'd just have to stand there and all the experience would come to me. And then eventually, before they changed the raid mechanics, I did have a raid farm, which I would literally sit there and go to work. I would go to work all day, 8.5 hours. I would be done. I would come back, and I was like, I'm at level 194. I have so much gold and money and experience, and I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. Weakness to revive the zombie villager. Yep. Walkjack, epic guy, play through it. Had a recent super popular civilization thing. I don't know how people know what to do. Well, if you ever have any questions, Alien, I will definitely be your guide. And I had a lot of those same thoughts, and there are tutorials on Minecraft, so you can play the game on your own and go through the little tutorials and helpful hints and whatnot, but essentially they just drop you and say go. The very first thing you need, to your point, is a bed. So the very first thing that I do whenever I start a new game is start looking for sheep, because you're going to need sheep and you're going to need logs for sticks. So wood and wool, that's the first thing you should probably look for. And you can. There's multiple ways you can do that. You can either find a bunch of rare pink sheep, or more commonly, you could have a bunch of white sheep and dye them pink, and then when you breed pink sheep, they'll just make more pink sheep. Or you can venture to cherry blossoms, the equivalent of cherry blossoms. I believe they call it rosewood. Yeah, rosewood, pink. But it's pink wood, and you can build a pink house. I've built one myself. Could be so useful early gaming. Oh yeah, absolutely. I heard they nerfed it. I heard they nerfed the trident ender, I have to call it for YouTube's sake, because it was just too good. I haven't gone back to confirm, but that's what my dad said. So unless you want to sit there and like hack at him, which is what he does, but we also don't get the sweeping enchantment with Bedrock, whereas Java does. There you go, shout out Halian Hyoganosuke. And we did just find out this is actually one of 9 in the same picture. Cherry blossom biomes are so beautiful in Minecraft, and it's called cherry blossom. Alright, Hyoganosuke. Yep, and this is actually, he did all 9 of them too, and it makes one giant picture. I think Nate said that he was constructing that picture, but I've also seen it pop up in a few Discords. People tagging me, calling them out. The low kicks, I believe we had that one in there already. At art exhibit in Tokyo. So sad I couldn't make it. No Pokemon though, and it literally wouldn't have to be for me. I would go and see that artwork, absolutely, and I love that they're known for more than just the Pokemon contribution. Excellent. I say Bedrock is the way to go. Java is fun and all, but I just kind of watch, and even I get lost. Plus, some of the redstone mechanics are a little different too. And we can't do the underwater door thing. Like, he can just drop a door and breathe. And us, it's like, if we don't find a lava block, we're not breathing. He wouldn't sign Pokemon card? Really? I wonder how many Pokemon fans showed up versus, you know, fans of his other art. That's insane. There's mods for Bedrock. On the Xbox, I have an Ultra Realism mod on my Xbox. It does make the environments and everything look a lot more realistic. However, first, when they're developing it, they made all the villagers look like supermodels. And then I was like, oh, I wonder what the zombies look like. And sure as hell, they look like zombie models walking around. But they look like Squidward. You know, so it was just funny. I think they did a little bit better now, giving them a little more features. But yeah, it was funny. But yeah, you can mod it out on the Xbox too, on Bedrock. Oh yeah. I'll admit something, only because I'm amongst friends. As long as there's no judgment, I have been terrified to summon the Wither. I have not beaten the Wither yet. Got some jerky, Sudowoodo. He's a terrible hide-and-seeker, Sudowoodo. Although it always pretends to be a tree, its composure appears more similar to rocks than to vegetation. So it's a rock, which explains why it doesn't like water. Bedrock has much greater challenge. I don't know what those are. I thought Bedrock was mostly for people without PC to be. No, because you can play Bedrock on a PC. It just matters the operating engine that you wanna support. Bedrock, it just comes with a lot of the backups and server maintenance, whereas Bedrock will just, or I'm sorry, Java, but Bedrock will just update as Minecraft updates. It's just easier for me. And I don't have a PC, so you're not completely wrong, but it's not only. Unishida, look at this Jigglypuff. Aww, Pokemon are flowers. Whole world to the wither. I also haven't even tried to face the Ender Dragon before. Ooh. Then Adam, I'm afraid that you haven't played the game yet. Because after you defeat the Ender Dragon, which I'm sure you know, you can venture out into the end. You can find ancient cities, you can find end cities, and you can find Elytra, which allows you to fly around. And that's what my dad said when I was first asking about it. I have beaten the dragon with the help of my friend. It wasn't quick either. It took a long time to get there. But we did it. And then it took longer to find Elytra. But I did it. But still, the Ender Dragon, I've even gone down and played with the Warden. I'm fascinated with the Warden and the ancient cities. Better GPU to play with it. Only maybe. You might have to give it a try first. But yeah, I do know that you do need a pretty high-powered PCU if you want to play with like the ray tracing and the realism water. But they just brought all that to Bedrock also. She's a bit rusty, yeah. That's top of the line back. Oh yeah, mine, the one I'm reading this chat off right now, is 20 years old. 20-year-old laptop. Okay, maybe 15. It's old. In fact, I can't even unplug it and have it run. Another Kogamaru Amino. This looks more like them. But man, Sneasel looks up to no good. I know I have fought 3 Wardens, but still haven't faced the dragon. I feel the Wither is going to step up before. Yeah. And I would just make sure you go far away, go to a desert biome. In fact, if you want to try something, Adam, I haven't tried this myself, but they do say that if you summon the Warden underwater, he won't move. He'll just kind of sit there, and then you can shoot arrows at him until he dies. I haven't found it yet. Or you can just do what my dad did, and he made a Wither farm. He also made an arena for my son, because my son is also very fascinated with the Warden. So him and my dad, they built an arena, and there's a Shrieker in the middle that they never deactivated or got rid of, and they built the arena around it so that whenever Nate wants to fight the Warden, he can go and jump on the Shrieker and it'll come out into the Coliseum. And then there's a failsafe. If he gets into the weeds, he can run back and hit a button and just start blasting arrows out of a dispenser at him. It's pretty cool. Updates are being planned. Yeah, it might be time. Might be time. I know I need to work on getting a PC myself. So Wellis, this is another shot right out of the game. You can see not Blueberry Academy, but the Academy from Paldea. It depends on which game you got. The name changes. But you can see this little Pokemon Center back here, and this gorgeous artwork by Nagimisu. I've heard about that Wither too, but I've never seen it actually work. Yep. This one does, of course. Bedrock to Java. His is in Java, mind you. Oh, you meant the water. The Wither 2, got it. Never seen it actually work. I've seen it work once, but you can never believe people who have the ability to edit. Like, if I'm watching something and I'm like, yeah, but I could do that. it's a lot harder for me to believe it. But I have seen it once. It didn't convince me enough to jump in the water and go for it. Man, look at this Slacking. Have you ever seen Slacking look mad? Like, he looks like Gorilla Grodd. Yuya Oka. Yuya. It's another one that impressed me. We might have to look into more. Alright, that is the entirety of what I have for Paldea as far as the base set and baby cards go. And reverse hollows, trainers. Yeah, they could have always made it. And creative, they could have done that. Or preview. Or they could have had it set to peaceful. You know that things don't move when they're in peaceful. They don't attack you. $39 likes. Man, this is a great night. Great night. And you know what? I think we're going to keep going with it too. So we do have some of our artists right here. We're going with Chibi. And Pani Kobayashi. You can tell the sky, they have one way to do sky. Peaceful stops the wither from spawning entirely. That's right, I'm pretty sure it stops everything from spawning hostile. That's right. But creative, they could absolutely. Now, the real question is, do you guys want to go through another set looking for the same artists, or do you want to jump back in time and see what else these artists have done from other sets earlier on? Let's see, shall we? Let's start with Pani Kobayashi. I think I've already looked them up, and I feel like I'm going to be slightly remembered that they didn't have too many cards. But on that same token, I just found 2 cards that they've done in the same set. So that to me sounds like a pretty good bet that they've done more than a few. See you, friends. Have an amazing rest of your day, Haley, and I super appreciate you being here. It's always fun to hang out, and I appreciate what you sent me too. Yeah, I'm gonna write something epic for it. I know that's your favorite Pokemon, so you, of all people, I might be trying to get that stamp of approval on it. So have an amazing rest of your day, Haley. Okay, so there was some in Mega Symphonia, which we did just open. Did the Houndoom SV promo, the Volibee from White Flare. Mandibuzz from White Flare also. We got Surging, we got 1 in Temporal. We have a lot in Paradox, okay. Obsidian, there's Paldea Evolved, and there was even some that we didn't have. They also did Satitan and Tadbulb. And Tinkatink, did we miss one? Because I know we have Tinkatink. I'm excited to do it. And then it looks like the majority polls, we're going to be doing Mewtwo next. So I know I was just like, maybe I shouldn't start with the pseudo-legendary, and then here we go with an actual legendary. But I think their story is a little easier to follow. There's Tinkatink, Shibuza, and Sao. Paldea Evolve, Tinkatink, 102. Wow, that's because I have 101, 104. and 100, so I don't have the one. Okay. Well, it makes me feel better I didn't miss it. We got Scarlet and Violet. How old do you go back, Pani Kobayashi? What is your first card? Cosmic Eclipse Cottony, Vivid Voltage, Shining Fates, Evolving Skies. Astro Radiance, Pokemon Go, Lost Origin. That's probably where I'd have the most luck. Lost Origin Macargo, Lost Origin Parasect. Well, Pani Kobayashi was also responsible for the Darkrai V-Star from Crown Zenith Galarian Gallery. Well, that might be why I know them. And it's impressive that I haven't done them yet. Alright, this one here. I gotta put these away real quick. Then we're gonna look up Chibi and see if we're gonna hunt for both. Or if it's just one tonight. Because Kobayashi, that's they've got some really good cards. Look it up. Minecraft creative mode, you can get barrier blocks that are invisible and indestructible, so then you place around the open place for you. Yeah, that's something that I didn't think of as well. I just always thought that if you are in creative and you place the barrier blocks, you should be able to see the barrier blocks. But again, I'm not sure because I don't mess around in creative too often. And if I am, it's testing out a new feature. Like when they introduced the mace for the first time, I was all over it. And the trial chambers, I was obsessed with finding those too, because they like amped up the loot game pretty good. All right, Pani Kobayashi looks like it. No, let's get smaller and go Chibi. Well, Chibi, amazing flex, but they totally did the Kyurem EX SAR from Black Bolt. That would be Chibi. The Iron Valiant from Temporal Forces, Paradox Rift 151, their earliest card. Oh, they go back to Sword and Shield also. Unbroken Bonds, Ultra Prism, Crimson Invasion. Yeah. That is a sick looking Cresselia. I wonder if I have that. Physically written on there. It'd be really neat if I did have this card. 15 millimeter. No, I don't. Wonderful. That was a really cool looking card. Lost Thunder. So I like these ones here. I'm gonna have to start up closer to like Evolving Skies. Did the Evolving Skies Pikachu, the Floette, and bust out some of the Evolving Skies. The Shadow rather, Calyrax VMAX, the Chandelure, Lost Origin, Trainer Gallery. Okay, call me impressed. Only if you have them in your hand, otherwise they're invisible to you as well. Interesting. That I didn't know. You could really mess with some people that way. Just give me one quick second. I'm just going to mute real quick, y'all. I just have to take care of something real fast. Just bear with me 1 second. Thanks, y'all. Appreciate you. And their place, look, no entry, circle through bag, no lane. Interesting. That one I knew kind of looks like a no smoking sign. Just taking care of something real fast, y'all, and then we will hunt through some more art to find these artists. Yeah, the no smell, yep. I have thought of that. And that might be worth turning my realm back on for, so I can take y'all through and show you everything I did. My biggest fear is exactly that it's been so long that it's just been a while for me to that everything is going to be broken. Jeez. Appreciate you guys just taking care of something so I can have a little dinner. Dinner is good. Alright, let's hunt. Chibi. Let's go looking for Lost Origin. I really wish I had that Chandelure. I think I might in the mail somewhere. Fusion Strike, Frostmoth, Evolving Skies. Let's start with Evo. Let's start with Evo Skies. We're looking for Chibi. Alright, Evo Skies. Don't have much. These are just the little things that I've acquired over time. Surprisingly, I actually have more Roaring Skies than Evolving Skies. It's right behind Fusion Strike. Let's take a peek. We're looking for Floette and Pikachu, which I'm sure I've already pulled out and put in the Pika binder. But let's find it. Kurosawa. I know I've seen this Floette more than a couple times. Glossifleur. Aw, look at that little Litleo. He's cutie. Who did that? Mitsa Sitsui. Of course. Golduck, the Lombre, the Phoebos, Carvana. Psy-yi-yi. Any Psyduck fans in here? Shout out Ryan Tran and Extra Avocado. Psyduck fan. Okachiki. Alright. Let's do this. Milotic. Temple. Avaluche. Ukamori. King Psyduck. And there it is. Chibi. Found the Floette. Nope. 3 hours. Dang. Alright. Well, I have a feeling that we are going to be coming to an end soon, y'all. To be honest with you, I just got super hungry. Like, energy week hungry. But I have food coming, so it's not here quite yet. But I still want to accomplish my mission the best I can, which is find some of these artists. Oh, it's alright, Kara. I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you, as always. I could eat. What's up, JB? Yeah, no worries. Hello, how was your day? Hope you had a good Thursday. That's a lot of Fusion Strike. My son would be proud. Brilliant stars. Alright, we might be taking another little trip down Sword and Shield lane here. Fusion Strike, got the Frostmoth. I do have to see if I have the Evolving Skies Pika. In my Pika binder. Sure do. Also done by Chibi. That was the only 2 in Evolving Skies. Did the Zeraora V and Chilling Rain. Fusion Strike, just the Frostmoth. We can find that. Dagger. Just cleaned today, but I hope you had a good day. I did have a good day. I have been getting really into, and I don't know if anybody else has watched The Flash. I don't know why, but the story's got me. The characters are great. There are a few things about the show that I don't really care for, like how many heart-to-heart talks they have, but it's a really good show, and so I watched a little bit of that. I did a lot of editing, I did a lot of polling, I did a lot of writing for the script for the Dragon Knight, and yeah, then I decided to come on live. Took a shower, ate a little something, took care of the dog. So yeah, it's been a real nice week off. Oh, whew. My neighbor. All right, come on, come on, come on. Really? Oh, that's a shame. My son would be probably mad. I don't have a Frostmoth from Fusion Strike. Yeah, I've been in the Flash Cake for a bit now. Yeah, sure have. Just recently, I will say, and I'm only just like right at the end of season 3. And I was like, oh, I mean, this is a good little series. And, I mean, the seasons aren't that long. They're 25 episodes a season. And there's 9 of them. And so, yeah, it's an investment, and you do get in your feels a lot, but honestly, you get invested. It's a good story, especially if you know the comic books and seeing everybody coming back. Nope, that's not what I needed. I needed Fusion, no. Astral, no. Lost Origin. All I'd be going in is for a Dugong. But if you're not willing to go in for a Dugong, then you're not willing to go in for any of them. I'm going in. I'm not going in because Dugong is one I don't have. I've had better luck. Silver Tempest, alright. Did the Sharon's Care Galarian Gallery from Crown Zenith also. One I know I don't have. Silver Tempest, however, and that Milotic. This is a fat book of unnamed. No. We're going to Silver Tempest. Stellar Crown. Lost Origin. Okay, I guess I don't have my Silver Tempest out here. Well, that's a humdinger. Oh, it was the Trainer Gallery Milotic anyway. I know I don't have that. Right, got some S&V base. Riolan Blissey. $151 Articuno. Latios from Paldean. And grab it real quick. Yeah, we might have to just stick to our more modern sets for now, because I'm striking out. Alright, let's get that Latios for Paradox. Uh-oh, I think I made a mistake. Like a big mistake. Because this... Okay, never mind. I looked for a second, it said that it was from Paldean Fates, but this is clearly from Paldea Evolved, which I forgot that Paldean Fates reused a lot of the artwork, so that's my bad. Alright, Paradox Rift going for Latios. Chibi. Okay. Cool. Stellar. Whole journey together. I don't know if I'm gonna get to that. Stellar Crown. We are going right for the Electivire, and we are not looking back. Temporal Forces, Iron Valiant. Let's look at our temporal, shall we? For the Iron Valiant. A lot of great artworks and Temporal Forces. Hands down, I would say one of the better artworks. I mean, just by this deerling alone. By Rond. Not Rend or Rand. This is Rond. Some might say it's remedial. I say it looks like somebody painted it on a rock. That's just me. Stafford, how's it going? Alright, cool. But that's not the star. We came for that. Iron Valiant, Chibi. The only other one that I might have at a grasp, which I will pull them out, giggity, is Journey Together Iono's Kilowattrel, which I know for a fact I have. Team Rocket, Journey Together. There we go. I want to shout out Lori for Once Upon a Time Ago, gifting some Journey Together packs. They're looking for one and only Iono's Kilowattrel. I'm just thumbing through real quick, y'all. I think I'm coming to the end of my energy for the night, and I just can't wait to eat and get into some other streams and relax. That is beautiful, Bombardier. That's a gorgeous card. But no luck, and I know I've seen this card more than once, and not the big Kilowattrel either, because that one typically follows me around, so. I'm dozy, yeah, me too, JB. I don't know why, it just so sudden came on. Snorlax. Alright, this is insane. I'm losing my mind. I'll pull it out in Japanese if I have to. Alright, we're going Japanese. And I will just ask this now also. My mods, is there anybody live right now that we can go and bless for the night as we wrap it up? And I just realized I didn't read any poetry this stream. Yeah, that's my bad. Hollow Hunters it is. You know, it's probably where I would have ended up anyway. Those boys, they've got something special. Not everybody's cup of tea, but they're definitely bringing something special to the community for a very special group of us that inspire greatness. Alright, cool. Hollow Hunters, we will go. Let's get through this right quick. I'm just trying to get this Iono's Kilowattrel. And then I'll clean up a little bit. We'll read our goodnight poem. And then we will go and bless ourselves at Hollow Hunters. Or bless them with ours. Oh, come on. Really? I know I've seen the Kilowattrel. Must have been on somebody else's stream. Oh well. Oh yeah, you can go now if you want to. Appreciate that, Kara. Working on your birthday? I'm sorry, man. But at least we're working. I had that thought too. I typically always work on my birthday. Oh no, no worries at all. I don't know if I was quite ready yet, but that is all right. 'Cause no, that's perfect. That is perfect. Actually. Sorry, I'm trying to clean up a little bit. And I appreciate you guys kicking it with me. Tonight, I know we didn't get into too much, but honestly, y'all, I had a blast. I appreciate the couple raids that came through. Mr. Harjay and Lil Cubone blessing us with some raids. It was really great. Where is it? Everything wants to. Alright, I do have an interesting one for you. I wanted to read it last time and it was still pulled up here, so instead we're going to read this one here. It's called The Double Life by our friend Don Blanding. We read a very interesting story from him called The Vagabond's House last time. And he wrote many poems. And this one came across my eye and I read it and I found myself like physically smiling. And so I wanted to share it with all of you. And let me know if this made you laugh or if you thought this is absolutely true. This is called The Double Life. How a very simple life would be if only there were two of me. A restless me to drift and roam, a quiet me to stay at home. A searching one to find his fill of varied skies and newfound thrill, while sane and homely things are done by the domestic other one. And that's just where the trouble lies. There is a restless me that cries for chancy risks and changing scene, for Arctic blue and tropic green, for deserts with their mystic spell, for lusty fun and raising hell. But shackled to that restless me, my other self rebelliously resists the frantic urge to move and seeks the old familiar groove that habits make. It finds content with health and home, dear imprisonment, with candlelight and well-loved books and treasured loot and dusty nooks, with puttering in garden things, and dreaming while a cricket sings, and all the while the restless one insists on more exciting fun. It wants to go, with every tide, no matter where, just for the ride. Like yowling cats, the two selves brawl until I have no peace at all. One eye turns to the forward track, the other eye looks sadly back. I'm getting well-eyed from the strain. It's tough to have an idle brain, but one says stay, and the other says go, and one says yes, the other says no, and one self wants a home and wife, and one self craves the drifter's life. The restless fellow always wins. I wish my folks had made me twins. Gotta make that picture excellent. Poetry indeed. Yeah, I thought that was a hilarious poem. Exactly. I loved it too, and yeah, that's exactly it, right? Like, it's like, I want to go out, I want to do something, I want to get into something. But this looks good too. Sitting here and hanging out with all of you. So yeah, I really appreciate that. Poetry with the Ghost, I love that. But y'all have made this night amazing for me. We just hit just under 3.5 hours. We hit 39 likes. We were so close to 40, and that is a milestone in of itself. So Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. Remember to always go out and get everything that you set out to get, and don't let anything stop you. But it takes $0 to be a good person. So always do it through peace, love, and Pokemon. I love you all as well. And thank you all for believing in ghosts. Let's go raid Hollow Hunters. Kev the PokéGhost raid. See 40 likes. Excellent. We did it. We did it. Thank you all. 40 likes. Wow. That's insane. That's insane to me. A nice little milestone. And I'm also under 400 hours left for that goal, y'all. I am right there, and I appreciate you all so much. Have a good rest of your night, y'all, and I will see you over at Hollow Hunters for a second. Peace, y'all. Thank you.